suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez suave. Bésame, bésame.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. Welcome to Fatboy Fragrance. Of course, I'm Mr. Fatboy, representing La Isla de Puerto Rico today, baby. Showing the love to my Boricuas, to my family, to all Latinos out there. Much love. To everybody out there, much love, baby. I love everybody. Alright, today's a fantastic video. I can't wait to get all up in it. We got some special news to share about the week 4th of July promotions for the Fatboy Fragrance Store. We're going to learn some stuff today, some education. And we're going to have a scent memory, man. I talk about fragrance that I remember used to wear. The first time I got it. How it made me feel. All kind of stuff. Is it still relevant today? And it's not cool water, and it's not Aqua Gio either. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, of course, I'm Mr. Fatboy. And if you are new to this channel, ay, baby. Come on in. Pull up a seat. Get your popcorn, because it's a show every time, baby. Because your boy is here to entertain. The straight freestyle king of this fragrance game. No edits, no do-overs. One take, and we get it right. Wow. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Join the Fatboy family. Come on in. And thank you for all the love and support. All right, let's get all up in it. And you know how we do it. No edits, no do-overs. Like I said, baby, one take, and we get it right. Fatboy Fragrance Review starts now. Boy, I'm feeling that salsa today, baby. Okay. So before we get started, let me go ahead and cut the strobes off, get them. Well, we made that even worse. Hold on a second. I don't know how I did that. No idea how I did that. There we go. I gave myself an aneurysm. Okay. So, I want to start off with the memory, man. It was 2014, I think it was. And I had been collecting fragrances, but I wasn't hardcore into it yet. It was the year, that Christmas before that spring, my wife bought me all those great fragrances, and I really started collecting. Every time I would search for fragrances, this one will always be near the top. One of the best, most, just always there. It was when you search it, Google would automatically pull this one up. So when I finally found fragrance.net, and I started my first purchase from fragrance.net I ever did, I got Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, which is still over there. Versace's Man Out Fresh, which has got about that much left, and it's still over there. La Nuit alone, which is, I think it is about empty. If I can grab it. Somewhere, here it is, right here. La Nuit alone, and it's got about maybe a day or two's worth of spray left in it. God. Man, this thing is a 2014 or 2012 formation. Man, this is a good one. And then I got this one. And I was like, okay, I get it. And that is Yves Saint Laurent's L'Homme. Y'all know about this one. But what memories did I have from this one? Okay, let's get this out of the way right now. It gave me some of my fragrance first, okay? My first with this one was the fact that I understood what reviewers were talking about when they talked about this fragrance. I could smell it. I could break it down. And I thought that was cool that I was starting to catch on to that. I love that. The other first was, this was the first fragrance that actually, when it was a compliment, it was almost like an unadulterated, I'm hitting on you because you smell so amazing. Like, to the point that this person who smelled me, a coworker, was going crazy over this fragrance. You smell amazing. Told me 2 or 3 times. And we all got that one moment where that one fragrance really wowed somebody. And that was it. I'll never forget that. And I remember going home and spraying it and trying to impress my wife with it, but she didn't like it. At the time, she didn't like it. So, La Nuit de L'Homme, Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme, gorgeous fragrance. Fantastic. If you've never heard of it, I don't know where you've been. But this one to me was perfect for any occasion. You could dress it up, dress it down, wear it formal, wear it. Boy, what you know about that Wilfredo Vargas? My dad had this. My dad had his jukebox and had this bar he had in Puerto Rico called El Faro, which meant the lighthouse. I don't know why they called it the lighthouse because it wasn't nowhere. It was in the middle of the jungle. But I would go in there and play this song over and over and over and over again. I remember that. I love this song. Man, it's good memories. But this fragrance to me gave me a lot of my fragrance first. It was the first fragrance I ever had that got me more than one compliment a day. Bam. And we know what kind of compliment machine this thing was. And still is. Is it? So, to me, it means a lot. I'll keep in my collection for a long time. Now, there are some great clone houses who have done the original formulation really well. Alexander does it really well. Dua does it really well. I think I've tried Parfums Vintage and they've done a really good job, but it might have been La Nuit de L'Homme. So, people say they prefer La Nuit de L'Homme. I still like this one because it's more softer, it's more powdery. It's just me in a bottle still to this day. Biggest thing, but the really ironic thing about this fragrance to me is it never became my signature scent. I never really gave it the wear it deserved, but I wore it when I knew I needed to stand out. To me, this fragrance would get you compliments. It was great, but I think shortly after this one, I got Blue de Chanel EDP, and that was it for me. That took over my world for a long time. So, a bunch of fragrance first on this. My first purchase through fragrance.net. My first purchase from the gray market. Kind of scary there for a minute. My first really starting to understand the breakdown notes more. And I got it from Jeremy Fragrance. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I watched Jeremy do a review on this, and he kept talking about these La Nuit de L'Homme, like they are just, and he was right. I don't care if he thought he was shilling for YSL, but this one was worth it, and it's right down the pike. Perfect fragrance. All right, let's wrap this up and get into the second part of the video. Is it still relevant today? Oh yeah. This will never stop being relevant unless people want to all smell like dirty oud or some vetiver dirtiness. And the Jacquard Noir of the guys of the world and the oud guys of the world take over and they say no. Or the pretentious niche snobs say we don't. They take over the perfume world and they don't make this no more. Until that point, this will always be a compliment machine. Never go out of style. It's timeless. Classic. Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme is good till anytime, anybody, any age group can still rock this and smell amazing. All right. Y'all ready to get into the second part? All right. There are several ways that you can decant I'm sorry, I'm trying to get out my tools right here. There's so many ways that you can decant your fragrances. Now, some people don't want to know what decanting means. Decanting means taking some fragrance out of your bottle and putting it into a smaller sprayer, like something like this. This is a 3 ml sprayer that I actually use to send to my Dua customers when they buy Dua samples. Alright? Why should you decant? Well, if you don't want to carry the full bottle with you on vacation, it's a great way to do that. I keep everything in a decant form. That's how I'm able to make sure that I wear things to keep kind of a schedule, because I have a schedule in my bathroom of each decant that's next. I can spray it, I don't need the bottle, boom, out the door. But they make them in so many sizes. You can get your 10 ml decant, a real big one. You can get a really big one, like a 30 ml, and make your own bottle. So stuff like that's very possible. There's so many different forms of decants. You can get one that's really opulent and pretty like this one. Just depends. But if you just want to keep it simple, you can do that too. Now, how much do decants usually run you? Well, I can buy 60 decants for $10. Of these right here, these little clear ones, I think is the ones that most, if you just want something to travel, you don't want to get fancy with it, you don't want one to leak, here you go. A 5 ml decant, just like this, you can find it anywhere, not hard to find, and they don't leak, they're really well put on there, and it's just, they work perfect. They fit in your pocket real good, and they do the trick. Alright, so, now you got an idea why people decant. And some people will split a bottle with another person. Hey, go half on me on this bottle. I'll pay a little bit more to keep the bottle. I'll decant the rest and send it to you in a separate bottle. So, what's the best way of doing it? It all depends. The school of thought is the least, and I'm going to do one because I'm going to show you. I have to pack a couple orders, so I figured I might as well show you while I'm packing the orders. So I've got to pack one for YSL Tuxedo. We'll pack that one. Love this fragrance. And I got to pack one for a Duo fragrance. So let's grab the Duo one right here. Savage Poseidon, which is Dior Sauvage and a BENZ. So they're done a little bit different. So I'm going to lower the camera so you can see what's going on. So don't mind the bumping. And I apologize if the camera gets a little crazy. Hold on one second. There we go. Now y'all can see what I'm doing. Now you kind of see my workstation over here where I kind of work. I got my decants right here. I've got my label machine, my bags, and the fragrances I'm going to pack up. And my printer, of course. Okay, I'm going to have to back up a little bit so I get back in the view of this camera. Try to do some adjusting. There we go. There we go. Okay, now y'all can see me. Okay. So, I've got to make right here, and I've got one I have to make out of a 10 ml, which is right here. So, I'm going to do them in different stages, in different ways, so you can see. The old-fashioned way of doing it is just taking the decant bottle, right, and taking this, right? Now, before you start, I haven't wrapped this one up. You can also, to make sure there's no leaking, use what's called decant tape. I think they call it thread tape, plumber's tape. Basically, you just take it and you wrap it around there, around the grooves. Get you a good motion going. Cover all the grooves and stop. See? I'm sure you guys have seen it in your samples. That's how easy it is to do. That helps prevent leaking. So, when I first started doing decants, what I would do is I would just take the top off and hopefully spray it all in there and make sure it didn't go everywhere. Now, this works on some fragrances. Not on all of them because of the fact that you have to spray it, barely touch it. Some of these fragrance springs are not that flexible. They just go all down and that's it. And you spray and waste everything. But what you would do is you would just spray it into it like this. See? But the problem with that is you're gonna waste it. See? And that's the most ineffective way. First of all, it takes a long time to do that, and you're going to end up wasting some. So, you could buy you a funnel and do it like that. That ensures that you can spray a little bit faster, and you can do it like this. It just takes a little bit longer. It's one of the most, see, and you're still kind of wasting stuff as it pops out, see? So it's kind of being wasted a little bit there, too. Okay. God, that smells so good. Tuxedo smells so good. So, that was the way I did my fragrances for the first maybe 4 months of me doing decants. It took me forever to get things out. So, I mean, I still got it out fast, but it took me a long time to get, decants done. And especially with Duos, man, the sprayers are not that good. Okay, so I found a new solution. This. Let me share it with you. You see that? I don't think I can see it. Hold on, wrong side. See? This is an extender, I would call it. It goes on top of take off the top of the sprayer, stick it on there, and look. And now, you don't even need that funnel. Stick it in there and go. See? Okay, But still takes a long time to do that, right? Yes, it does. So, that was my most effective choice forever. So this thing right here, you can find them. I'll leave you a link for all these so you know where to look for them. You can pick them up. So, I don't know what they call this. I won't say it's just called a decant, let's say a sprayer extender. So you're able to spray into this tube, into the decant without making a mess. That's the second most effective way. Now, the one way I'm not going to share with you is I know people use actual needles to suck it out with a syringe. I do use a syringe, but I use this type of syringe. It does not have a needle. It's just clear. And I'm about to show you how I do it. Alright? Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and set this up for a second. I'm going to remove this stuff off here because sometimes when I push down hard, it can knock things over. I don't want to waste the juice. Alright, so we know that we got our thread tape on there ready to go. And now we're going to do it a different way. So this is a brand new one. I haven't fixed it yet, and I'm going to show you how I fix them. So I'm going to set this to the side real quick and show you how I fix it. It's really easy. Alright, so take a fork, plastic fork or regular fork, and take the end and stick it in the hole right there and just twist around to make the hole just big enough to fit. Customize it to fit your top of your bottle atomizer, the tip of it. Alright? So we'll take it back off, and we'll take this off now. And I'm going to set this to the side. So I've done this so many times where I'll just knock it over and spill it everywhere because I can't get a good grip on it. Okay, so take your syringe. Let's bring it in a little bit. There we go. All right, so you might not see my face here for a second, but I'm going to make sure y'all see this. So I'm going to bring it all the way in so y'all can see it. And here we go. All right, so you're going to lose my beautiful face for a second, but I want y'all to see this. Stick it on top. Push down. And never, first of all, do not ever push down and then push this down too at the same time. You're just spraying it back out everywhere. So just push, make sure it's all the way flat. Like that. And stick it on there. If the hole is right, it'll fit in there good. And when you pull up, you should see juice come out. Look at that. See that juice coming out? Alright. Easiest way to do it. And you have it numerized on the side. And see how much you got to put in there. You got 10, 5. Alright. So now, you take it and you put it into here. I have a little bit extra left over. I'll make samples out of that. Now it's full. Only fill it to about right there. You see that? Hard to tell. But you don't want to fill it, overfill it, because it'll just fall out and you're wasting it. And it could mess up your thread tape. So put it on there, twist it on there. Make sure it's on there tight. And voila, you got a decant made. And you see how much faster that, there we go. Saw how much faster this process is than the other one. I'm going to do the dual one so you can see it too. And then we'll be done. Alright, so this one has to be shipped out too. An added neat little trick is to buy these thin tapes, vinyl tape. Alright. It's like electrical tape. Same kind of thing, but it comes in a thinner form like this. So, take it, wrap it around where the cap gets onto the glass, and you seal it up good. But always leave it to where they can rip it off easy. Right there, see? They can peel that back off, because if you make it hard to get off, it's kind of a negative experience for the customer. They could twist too fast and knock it all out. So, you'll put. I'm not going to put the label on it. But, there you see. That's how one will go out for me. Just like that. We'll do one more with the duo in the full doing that up. When you're done, just put your cap back on. Remember, put your cap back on. Seal her up, and that's it. So, we didn't waste anything. Because if I show you something right here, look. Nothing was wasted out of that top. So, the syringe is the best way to do it, in my opinion. Now, some fragrances, like Jeremy Fragrance's Office, you can't do a syringe on. That type of syringe. You have to get a needle, and I'm not going to do that. MFK, sometimes you can't do it either because it's too fast. So you have to literally spray. There's some fragrances you're going to have to spray in there just the way it is. But this is my favorite way because it's super fast and you don't waste anything. It's very efficient. Alright, the syringe is the best way. Alright, let's do the Dua. So I'm going to put the camera back down again. And let's put the Dua bottle up here. And let's put up the sprayer. Now, I've got one I use for my Duas. I have several that I use for my Duas. Let me find that one. It's marked. See right there? That tells me where I need to go to get to the right amount for the 3 ml. This is called Savage Poseidon. If you've never tried it, it's really awesome. I don't wear it because my wife does not like Poseidon. Let's spray it in the air anyways. It does not like Sauvage. Yeah, it's strictly Sauvage in the opening, but it's got a nice pineapple vibe to it from the Venice. Super nice. One of the ones that people got on the bandwagon early, but lately nobody talks about it. This one is a performance beast too. Okay. Alright. There we go. We had to start a second video, so if you see a little switch, it's because it kicked over. No edits, baby. Alright, so now take the syringe, same process again. Stick it on there. Oh, see? That's what I'm talking about. Right there. I'm trying to do it so you can see it better. Now, pull up. And watch that juice come out. Get it to where you need to get to and stop. See it? Now, see that? See how fast that was without having to go in there? It probably needs a little bit more. Another thing I want to advise you to do, try to push it as far up to the top as you can without spilling it. Because you don't want to have a lot of air in there when you push it in, because you can it'll splash out. Alright, so let's take it, put it in there. We gotta put a little bit more in there. I always set them away from my decanter because I would, just like I did, I could knock it over and waste it. Stick it back on there, push down, and pull up until you think you need a desired amount. That's about right for me. I've gotten good at it. I can pretty much eyeball 3 mLs now. I've done so many. And just put it in there. And with a 3 ml, that's about right. Now, we put the thread tape on. Normally, I put the thread tape on before. But I grabbed the wrong one and I already started, so I didn't want to stop. So, just grab the thread tape. And you want to do this before because it could cause some shaking and you could lose some of it out of there. The whole goal is not to waste any. And so just put your thumb on the top of it and pull back. Now, here we go. Put the lid back on. Now this one's probably going to require a little bit more. I don't like to send them like that too often. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. Now, instead of using a syringe, I'm going to use this right here. Just to put a little bit more in there. And that's what I like to use this tool the most for, and for making samples. There we go. And then pull up, and there we go. That's probably too much. It's going to overflow probably. But that's okay. All right. If it overflows, you should always wipe them down regardless. I use 75% alcohol wipes just to make sure that they go out here shiny and looking clean. And it only takes a second. Just take a wipe it off, dry it off. I use my pants. And there you go. There's one made up for Dua. Savage Poseidon. Alright. So, that's it. Now y'all see how I decant. So your 3 options are just to spray it in, to use a filter, which I've dropped. Where'd it go? To use one of these, a plastic one, or anyone will work, a funnel. You can use this, which I really like. It just sits on top and you spray it in there. All right, let me put the camera back up so y'all can see me now. All right, there we go. So you can use this one. Or you can use the syringe, which is the best way, without a doubt. Just remember the little notes about when you use a syringe, not to push down, only pull up. And do not work in the same area where you have an open one because you might spill it. All right. That's it. And don't forget to put the little special touch on it. The tape. This. I'm not going to put it on the show now for time's sake. That's how I look. That's how the one from, I don't know what I did with the other one. I already lost it. Anywho, that's it. That's how we do it. Okay. Thank y'all. I enjoy doing this. I love sharing this. Y'all been asking to see how I do my decants. Now you know. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle, baby. Like G.I. Joe says. Okay. Promo time. All right. I'll leave the promo in the description. But starting today at 12 o'clock p.m. Or let's say 1 p.m. probably because if the video doesn't upload in time. But it starts at 12 o'clock regardless if I'm in the past tense or not. The internet's been janky the last 2 days in my house. Okay. 15% off anything less than $49.99. That's the standard one right there. Boy, what you know about this song right here? Okay. Had to stop for a second. And so from if you spend 50 or more, you're gonna get 25% off. Okay? Spend 150 or more, you're gonna get 35% off. Awesome deal. So, that's on all my products on the fatboyfragrance.com. And we're going to have a giveaway for either choice of which one you want. You can have the designer one or you can have the duo. Not going to disclose what they are, but they're nice. So how you're going to win that giveaway is every decant that you purchase, you get your name in the drawing. And at the end of the promotional period, a week after, I'll send an email to the winner. All right. So we got a free bottle giveaway, 15 up to 35% off, and every order over $20 comes with a Fatboy sample pack regardless. Now remember, every decant comes with a sample, but you get a sample pack on top of that. And the fastest shipping around, blah, 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 blah. Fatboyfragrance.com. All right. Wrapping this up by saying thank y'all so much for all the love and support you're giving your boy. And always making sure that I keep it real. I really appreciate it. We're going to have a great week. I'm enjoying this time with y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is a long video, I know. And I appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay well, baby. And if you smell good and you feel good, baby, it's going to be all good. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews is out.